And we are live. What's going on YouTube Live? It's your boy Billy Rowe. I'd like to welcome you to the first row. It is Wednesday, and you should already know what that means. It's time for the Wednesday word. That's Wednesday word. Jumping straight into it. Tonight's topic is Investing 101. As always, I like to share what I mean by my topic. So, with the topic Investing 101, typically people think financial investments and all the things, NFTs and crypto. And as wonderful as those things are, when I'm talking about Investing 101, what I'm talking about is the importance of being willing to invest in ourselves and to being willing to invest in the dreams of others. So we're not really talking about the financial aspect, though investing in yourself can include the financial aspect. We're really talking about effort, energy, and intention tonight when it comes to investing 101. So tonight I got 3 tools for you, tools for the first row for you to engage with. These are the tools that I felt like really resonated with me when it comes to the investing 101 mindset and pouring into my own life and also in pouring into the lives of others. So let's jump straight into it. Tool number 1 when it comes to investing 101 is you are your number one investment. And though that may sound selfish, though that may sound like you're not considering others, that is far from the case. You are your number one investment. What that means is that, in short, you can't give anything that you don't have. And so you have to be willing to invest and pour into yourself, whether that's knowledge, energy, time, money, whatever. You have to be willing to pour into yourself so that you can put yourself in a position to be able to pour into others. And so it doesn't matter whether it's physical, financial, mental, or otherwise. Really, we are the top investment. Why? Because we are the product, for instance, of our company. We're the company. My company is Billy Rowe Inc. And everything that Billy Rowe Inc. does, everything that Billy Rowe does is a product of Billy Rowe Inc. You are your company, you Inc. And everything that you bring into the world is a product that your company produces and provides. And so if you're not making the investments necessary for yourself, then it's going to be really difficult to invest in the dreams of others. Another part of why you're the number one investment is important is because when we choose not to invest in ourselves, what we're doing is we begin to erode the confidence, the foundation of the confidence that is necessary for us to step out and really invest in others. And so by choosing to make that investment, what we're doing is we're creating surety, and we're creating really what I feel like what establishes confidence is we're creating worth. We're creating a story within ourselves that says, hey, we are worthy of investment. We are worthy of somebody taking the time to pour into us. And that worth is determined, or that container is built by how we perceive our worthiness to pour into ourselves. So the very first tool, the reason why it was the first tool for me is because in the investing world, we typically think about what we can send out externally, and we don't think a lot about what we can bring in internally. But investments are a two-way street. We can invest externally, but it is more critical, especially in the beginning, that we're making the investments internally into our lives. So that's tool number 1, is you are your number one investment. Tool number 2, when it came to investing 101, is investments take time to grow. I mentioned earlier NFTs, the crypto world, how fast things are moving, and everybody wants to make a fast buck. Some people are losing access to their social media platforms trying to make that fast buck. And then they're like, oh, I don't know why it's telling everybody that I'm trying to do this NFT thing. Sorry. I seen a meme and it said, don't lie and say you got hacked. Tell the truth. You tried to turn $300 into $3,000, and now you lost control of your social media platform. A true investment, I mean, outside of luck, a true investment takes time to grow. And that time may not be like, years or decades or anything like that, but it does take time to grow. And so when we're pouring into ourselves and we're expecting this return on our investment, it's important to be patient with the process. I just got done working out at the gym before this Wednesday word, and I was lifting, I just put on 45-pound plates. I was bench pressing. And while I was bench pressing, I was thinking like, wow, this 45-pound plate is starting to get light again. And I say light again because before I was bench pressing two 45-pound plates on each side. But it's getting light again because the time that I went from working out and I was super strong and then I stopped working out for a long time. I'm not even going to blame COVID at this point because I still could have went to the gym. I stopped working out for a long time. So when I came back to the gym, 45-pound plates were heavy. I was like, I'm going to just put 25-pound plates on this. And over the time, because I've been consistent with the lifting of 25-pound plates and adjusted to 35-pound plates, now I'm at 45-pound plates. 45-pound plates are starting to feel light again. I'm going to probably push for maybe one more week in that, but then I'm going to move to the next step and start adding weight in addition to those 45-pound plates. But that is an investment of energy that I have done into myself for my physical health. And I have to accept that it's taken time. I can't leave the gym lifting two 45-pound plates, not be in the gym for a year and a half, come back and be like, yeah, I'm going to lift two 45-pound plates. I'm probably going to embarrass myself at the gym. And so it's important that to realize and recognize that though we live in this world that is very fast paced and things are always firing and going, you gotta be ready. Don't gotta be ready if you get ready, or don't gotta get ready if you stay ready, and all these different things. The reality is that when we're making investments in our life, those investments are designed to take time. That growth is designed to take time. We can't fast forward from being an infant to being retired. As far as like age wise, we can't do that. We're an infant. We have to go through the steps. Learn how to crawl, learn how to sit up, then learn how to crawl, then learn how to stand and balance without falling, then learn how to walk, then learn how to run, then fall and bust your head anyway and have to learn it all over again. So be willing to be patient with the investments that you're making, whether you're investing in yourself. I think it's more so when we invest in ourselves, we have these high, lofty expectations, and it's easy to become frustrated. It's easy to become disenchanted. It's easy to become disheartened by that lack of expediency in the growth. But just take your time, realize you are investing, and your return on that investment is going to be greater. The longer you typically have an investment sitting in a financial account, the longer it has to grow and the more the return is when you go to pull it out. That's the exact same thing it is when it comes to investing in ourselves. And then we also need to extend that grace and that patience when we're investing in others, that the longer we're going to allow that investment to sit, the longer we're going to put that time out and in front of people, the better the return is going to be, the better the outcome is going to be in the end. So that's tool number 2 when it comes to investing 101 is that investments take time to grow, be patient, and allow the outcome to become what it is meant to be fully. Don't pull it out prematurely. And then the third and the final tool when it comes to investing 101 is good investments reciprocate the support they receive. Man, okay. So let's take our own physical health. We'll start internal and we'll work our way out to external. On our own physical health, if we are eating a nutrient-rich diet that is designed to truly nurture our cells, then what happens is our cells will typically reciprocate good health. But if we're eating poor quality food, fast food every night, high fat, high cholesterol, all kinds of things that we can throw into our bodies that are not designed to help the cell growth in our body or nurture the cells in our body, then we start having certain things that happen to us in our health. Good investments reciprocate the support they receive. Bad investments reciprocate the support that they receive. I was just looking today, actually, online, and I was looking at PayPal stock. And PayPal stock was doing very well for a couple of years, and then it just recently had a bad performance in Q4, of 2021, and now their stock is down. There was a time though when PayPal was a good investment, and it was reciprocating those returns to the people who were making the investments in them. A lot of people have invested in cryptocurrency. I don't have any problem with cryptocurrency. I'm still trying to figure it out and understand it. But in my attempt to understand it, I remember buying a couple of coins in Dogcoin in like 2018, not knowing what I was doing. I was just like, I just want to put a little bit of money in, follow the trend, see what I could figure out. Well, the investment took off in 2021, and it was just like $20 turned into like 3 grand. Yeah, that's not a quick buck, because again, I've had it for 3 years, where a lot of people are trying to jump in and catch the wave. It's like, is that a good investment? Because part of what determines a good investment is the research that we are willing to do. We have to stop making investments that we don't really want to make and start making the investments that we truly desire to make. Because really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's financial, if it's mental, if it's physical. At the end of the day, what we are investing is our energy. And as we invest our energy, as we pour our energy into these things, what ends up happening is, is that energy then produces a result. And so there's never an investment that basically at all times you're making an investment. Like right now, being on YouTube, being on Facebook, streaming inspirational content, I'm making an investment. So if I'm going to make the investment, it's not so much about how many people are watching for me. It's about what am I learning by going through this process over and over and over again, thinking of an idea, creating tools, and figuring out the tools that have worked for me within that idea. What am I investing in? What I'm investing in is my own personal growth. See, again, you have to develop your container so that you can fill your container before you can start pouring some of your container into other people's container. And so that's where I'm at now, is I'm in a place where I'm making good investments mentally for myself, and giving myself the best chance possible to have a good return on investment on the tools that I'm designing week after week after week. So those are the 3 tools that I have for you today when it comes to investing 101. To recap really quick, let's go over. The first tool is you are your number 1 investment. You cannot pour something you do not have into anybody else. So you have to make that investment into yourself first. Tool number 2 is investments take time to grow. This is not a get rich quick system when it comes to investing. This is going to take some time. This is long-term investing. You're investing for the long term, especially when you're investing in yourself. You're investing for the long term, because so long as you're here, those investments can continue to pay dividends. And then third and final tool is good investments reciprocate the support they receive. That's both when you are investing in yourself, your body and your mind, and everything else will reciprocate the support that you're pouring into it. But also when you invest into others, if you're making a good investment, those people are the people who will come back and support you later in life when it's time for them to invest in you, or when you need somebody to invest in you. So as always with the Wednesday Word, I like to share a personal story, something that kind of got me thinking about this topic, and what really resonated with me as I was exploring this topic more. And it's really about, it's interesting that right now in my life, because I'm currently in the process of releasing a book, that a lot of lessons have come from actually writing a book. And so this is actually about me having the money to meet the demands of publishing the book. And so going back into that first tool being you are your number 1 investment, I had to pull quite a bit of funds to publish this book. And the book, Fire Your Job, Hire Your Passion, for those who do not know the book yet. But I had to pull a lot of funds to publish this book. But I had the funds because I had chose to make a good investment in myself. And that investment was a financial decision to not allow myself to live from check to check any longer. I had to get to a place where it was like, okay, are you tired of being broke, or do you want to keep playing the broke, maybe you have some money after this check or not game? And I had to choose that. I didn't want to be broke anymore. And so about almost 5 years ago, I decided to stop spending all my money and start saving some of my money, and putting some of the money towards stock, and putting some of the money in savings, and putting some money in long-term stock. And in doing so, I made this investment in this company that you guys may know called Apple. And I made this investment because I had additional money, and rather than spend it and blow it on electronics, because I love electronics, I decided to simply put it into an Apple stock. And when it came time to publish the book, I didn't have a whole lot of cash, just like, oh, let me grab all this cash, but I did have investments. And this is what I mean by good investments reciprocate their return. Um, is that my money was sitting in Apple, and it could have sat anywhere, and I could have lost money in Apple, but it was sitting in Apple. And the return that I got, almost, I think it was about a 40% return on the money that I had sitting in Apple. And I got to this place where it was like, man, I really want to publish my book, but I really want to hold on to these Apple stocks because I really like where I bought in at. Um, and then I had this conversation with myself where I was like, wait a minute, why would I be willing to invest in Apple and sacrifice my own dreams and aspirations and goals, but not cash out Apple to fund my dreams, aspirations, and goals? And so I had this moment of clarity where I was just like, I'm closing my position out in Apple. And I did. And what that did is it provided the resources that I needed in order to publish the book. And now I'm about actually, I'm sorry, about 3 months from the place where I made that decision to close my position out. But now I'm less than 30 days away from a book being released, which has been a very big goal of mine for multiple years. But now I'm in a space where I was in a space where I had the funds because I had made the investments. And really that's what Investing 101 is all about, is be about making good investments. There was a time where making that financial investment was a good investment to invest in Apple. But there's also now a time where making that investment in myself, again, to increase my container so that I can pour more out to others, increasing that investment into myself, what that does is now I'm in a space where I can give, like, in a way that I've never been able to give before. So that's what Investing 101 is about really investing in yourself, believing in yourself, finding yourself worthy. And I will tell you a secret: you are already worthy. I know a lot of times we like doubt and we have insecurities and vulnerabilities that we struggle with. But at the end of the day, I cannot stress to you enough how worthy you are. Just the fact for you are here, you are you, and there are so many things that you can bring into the world when you make the right investments into yourself. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Wednesday Word. We do have a couple of announcements that are coming up. I did actually speak with my publisher yesterday, and I found out that the distributor for the book, they are behind by a week. So I'm going to push the release date of Fire Your Job, Hire Your Passion to the 28th of February. You should, if you've already pre-ordered your book, you should have received an email today regarding that information. But if you have not ordered your book, you can still go to firstrow.com. That's the number one, STWROE.com, and order your book today. I cannot stress to you enough that that is an investment that not only did I make in myself, that I cannot wait to see others make in their lives by reading the content in that book. And then secondly, the next Wednesday Word that will actually be live will be February 9th, and that is at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the topic will be Before Now. There was a movie when I was a kid called The Land Before Time. Before Now is the Wednesday Word topic. If you want to know what that's about, you're going to have to tune in live to catch it. But other than that, I thank you guys for rocking with me live. I'm happy to engage with you guys in the chat. If you guys watch live, I'm happy to engage with you guys in the comments up into the first 7 days of the content being released. After that, I'll move on to the next content. But other than that, if you like this video, share it. If you share it, like it, I'm always happy to engage with all of my viewers, all of the listeners, all of the people who have supported me and invested in me. Always happy to engage with you. Until the next time, one love, peace, and God bless. Thank you for sitting on the first row.